Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Woo! Check it out. It's Greg Cooner. Do the dance. Do the dance. Do the bald man dance. Do the bald man. Oh. I have to say, I've always loved the way that your headphones accentuate the shape of your head. Ah, that's cool too. Bring down over your eyes and be Geordi from Star Trek. Anyway, welcome everyone to the show. Greg, test your mic. Does your mic work? I haven't heard you say anything yet.
It's absolutely perfect. How you doing, Kenny?
Good. Is our sound okay? Everything's good? All right, good. Tonight, it's all about Australia. The show is spinning the opposite direction. We're going to drive on the wrong side of the road, and the entire program is brought to you by Vegemite. Yeah.
Happy little Vegemite.
Oh, jeez. Tonight, iSpike is going to be on the show, and we're going to try to talk to him for under an hour because the man can talk. If you are familiar with Spike, he can talk. He's watching right now, no doubt, in a room filled with lasers and skulls and all kinds of nifty things. Tonight, also, Loom Cube giveaway. We're going to give away 2 of these Lume Cube Strobes to someone. And they've released the new...
Win?
Nope.
Can I win?
And they've released the new Loom Cube 2.0. I'll tell you about that a little bit later on. But first, since tonight is all about Australia and Down Under, before we get into our favorite sponsor, Pigeon Jerky, I have an Aussie talking about how Aussie the lowly pigeon really is. Check this out. It's Jim Jeffries.
Tax dollars we spend on bald eagles, they're not even endangered anymore, but they're still protected by multiple federal laws. They're welfare birds, sucking on the government's teat. America needs a new bird to represent the country, one that's pulled itself up by its bootstraps. The pigeon.
Yeah!
The pigeons were messengers during World War I and World War II and probably other wars. Tonight I salute you pigeons, whether you're a homing, racing, fantail, English powder, parlour roller, bohemian, or the basic domestic. You're a hero. To the pigeon, may man finally embrace your wonder and treat you the way you've always deserved to be treated.
Yeah!
Be free, pigeon! Be free! Fly! You noblest of birds!
Yes, sir, the noblest of birds. And what do you do with the noblest of birds? Why, you turn them into jerky and you eat them, ladies and gentlemen.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky.
Yeah.
Pigeon jerky.
All right.
The Cadillac of processed meats.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky. And you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow. Woo! And it's full of fiber to make them go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky.
Pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah! Indeed! The lowly pigeon. Welcome to the show, everyone. Greg,
Have
you
you
look
heard
like
of the Australian pigeon, Ken?
the Australian pigeon. What is that?
The Australian pigeon, you know how they were messengers during the war and stuff like that? The Australian pigeon is now carrying the internet packets for Telstra from one place to the next.
Oh, is that right? Is that okay? So hopefully tonight the pigeons in Australia will keep the show going. And I have to apologize in advance. I'm a little slow on the clicking here because I have carpal tunnel syndrome. I feel like I want to take this off and just do the show that way. Should I do it? I mean, it's not that bad.
I don't know. How bad is it?
It's not that bad. I could probably stand it for 2 hours. Anybody in the chat, anybody else ever get carpal tunnel? I mean, it's not super bad. I don't need surgery or anything. It's just annoying.
Anyone that's going to admit it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I do. Everyone who's a computer geek or a computer nerd, you've been doing too much editing.
I think that's what it is. But tonight, it's going to be a special and wonderful show filled with Aussies. And now, here's Greg with an Australian joke.
What does every Aussie joke start with?
What?
By looking over your shoulder.
Ooh. No explanation needed there. That might have been offensive. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head into the drone newsroom and find out everything you'd ever want to know about drones in the news. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Sales.
Hello.
And who's your
I get
plus
to have-
one there? Who is that?
This is my son Joseph, and today is his birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Joseph.
Wow. Thank you.
And by the way, just during the news, all of the super chats that are donated, Joseph will get a certain percentage.
Awesome.
Could be 100%, could be 1%. It'll be 1%. We don't know.
It's better than no percent.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So tonight's drone news is brought to you by GPC Custom Drone Cases, providing you with the highest quality professional cases.
Hold on, Joseph. You're blocking the sign. Move to your left. There you go. All right.
Your investment is always protected when it's not in the air. Custom case is also available by request. GPC, designed for life. Be original, be blue. Online at goprofessionalcases.com.
And we love that they are a sponsor. I have a case here. This is one that I'm going to be giving away. Let me go ahead and make the picture bigger so you can see. GPC case. Oh, my carpal tunnel. Oof. Oof. These cases really are fantastic. This is for a Phantom 4 series. And you can see it's got place for the Phantom and all the batteries. And it even has, I don't know if you can see it here, a special place, a little poofy thing down in there for your camera to sit on. They thought of everything. And you can't tell, but it smells fantastic. It's one of the better smelling cases that I've ever smelled. And I'll be giving this away on my channel in the coming months. Probably time for Christmas. Yes. Now back to you in the newsroom. Ooh! Ooh! Anubis Arts! Hey!
Get it started. All right.
Happy birthday! $5 super chat. Happy birthday, buddy. Thank you, Anubis Arts. DJ Grady, appreciate it. Oh, here they come. Here they come. They come rolling in. Okay, all right, let's see. If they're all birthday, let me go ahead and play this. Let's see what else we got. We got Robert Green with a $2 super chat. I need to take you up in a real plane, smiley face. The Yeti Drone channel gave a super sticker. Little dude flying with a cape, $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. And Mark H, another $10 super sticker with the flying dude. Love that flying dude. The gray bearded drone pilot, £5 super chat. And Mars FPV drones with a Z. I guess that's $2. Is that Australian? With
Australian
an A?
dollars, yeah.
Hey, all right.
About
World
10
Domination iSpike. Yes, sir. Thank you, everybody, for that. Because, you know, I just to let you know, you may have noticed no ads on this video. I don't monetize this video. And there's several reasons for that. Not the least of which is the fact that whenever some kind of copyright thing happens, YouTube sends me a lovely email, and I just don't like seeing those. It's not worth it to me. And there's so many people that send videos in that have their own music or, you know, whatever. I'll change the music out if I really need to, like if it's an Eagles song or something. But other than that, it's not monetized for your viewing pleasure. And now back to Jeff and Joe.
All right. So to get the news off to a roaring start,
Whoa,
we have
whoa.
out of Matthews, North Carolina.
Whoa. One more super chat. Hey, Robert Green with a $5 super chat. The $2 was for Ken. This one's for the birthday boy. By the way, just a quick question. Have you done a DNA test, Jeff? Because kid doesn't look anything like you. Is his real father in the picture?
Very funny.
It's time for 21, 23 and me. I don't know where you spit in a thing and then they tell you that You're not part of the family anymore? That's fun.
All right. Let's get to this.
Yeah, please.
All right. Matthew, North Carolina. Shocking home security video shows a flash of light and sparks that ultimately led to house fire in Matthews.
Oh, this is bad.
Everything inside this home is completely charred and melted from that fire on Friday. As you can see, belongings strewn across the front yard here, a boot, a charred chair, even this picture frame here. Mark Thompson tells me it all started when a battery he uses to power his drone exploded inside his home.
But it's just unbelievable. That's my life savings is in my house.
Mark Thompson calls it a complete loss.
This is the drone.
And it's the battery which powers the drone, Thompson says, is to blame for the fire.
That lithium battery exploded.
Home security footage doesn't show the actual explosion, but it does show a flash of light, a spark, and the ensuing fire.
The battery was sitting on this chair right here.
Thompson estimates he's charged the battery 50 times without ever having a problem.
In fact, I've never had one even feel warm to touch.
He says he never leaves the lithium batteries charging while he's not home, but this time he forgot. He left to go to his girlfriend's house just 20 minutes before his house caught fire.
Had I stayed, instead of going with her to the house on Friday, I probably wouldn't be here. I would be very cautious leaving any battery that's lithium on charge. If you're unattended or if you're asleep in the house, I would not do it.
Absolutely, yes. And he won't forget again, will he?
No.
And I have to say, there's a thing called a LiPo bag. There's a link in the description if you want to get one of these. I keep all my FPV drone batteries in there because they're not intelligent batteries like on some DJI products that will power themselves down if you leave them for too long. FPV batteries and some low-end drone batteries don't have the smart technology, and they'll just sit there fully charged and stew and go bad, and you just don't know. So, but it's very, very, very bad news if the batteries fail.
All right.
Does it say what type of drone it was, Jeff?
It didn't say in the article what type of drone it was, but I've looked at the video pretty carefully. It was definitely a Mavic style drone.
It was it was the Melty 5000 drone. Have you flown one of those? Yeah. By the way, very quickly, hold on a second. Williams Aerial Media, $10 super chat. Thanks for no ads. You're welcome. And Joe Blaylock with a $20 super chat. My goodness. I think I just got the chills. He says, us chills. Joes need to stick together.
Yes.
Yeah. Joes unite. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
hey,
next,
can we just poll the audience? How many people charge their batteries in lipo-safe bags? Just curious. I mean, I know you can use them when you're not doing anything, but what about while you're charging? How many people do that?
Yeah, I bet not everyone does that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should start doing that.
Mm. All right. So next in the news, we have a Piedmont food cart pod recently was burglarized by a gentleman who was using a drone to scope out.
A thief broke in overnight, cutting a hole through this gate.
So he knew exactly where he was going.
You can see him right here, walking to the cart.
So he went around the back, helped himself into the cart.
10 minutes later, he walks away with tablets in hand. So how did the thief break in? Food cart owners tell us the man scouted out the place, taking a bird's eye view, making sure no one was around, and then made his move.
Impressed by the ingenuity, I guess, of doing that, but also really alarmed that, clearly this isn't somebody who is just roaming around like a homeless person looking for something. This is someone who had planned it out.
Security footage captured the drone flying to different carts hovering near locks, including Ron San Pedro's truck just 2 doors down.
Then in the past 6 months, we've been hit here 3 times. For someone to come in and not just for us, but the entire pod, break into someone else's car, it's like, you're violating a family member to us. So it's, incredibly frustrating.
The drone flying thief this time getting away with some change and business checks.
What kind of drone was that? Could you tell?
No, couldn't tell.
Some kind of toy drone. Redbeard the pilot, thank you so much. He says, thanks for no ads. I keep my FPV lipos in bat-safe boxes for long-term storage. Flight Test has a great video on them. And Grumpy, Mr. Grumpy, our future next president. $5 super chat just so you will interrupt the news. Now,
Very
far
funny.
be it from me to interrupt the flow of the news. Because, Jeff, he gets going and nothing can stop him.
All right, so next in the news, the
Hey,
Aussie
Jeff!
couple that was arrested in Iran.
Jeff. How far along in that story would you have been if I didn't just interrupt you?
Yes.
You understand now?
Yes, I understand.
That's the reason why I'm bald.
Okay. With all the gray hairs.
All right, so an Aussie couple that was arrested in Iran has been released after illegally flying their drone. Australia, the government there has been working very hard to bring the couple back home safely, and apparently the efforts have worked. They've been able to get them back out of Iran.
Dummy
and
number
hopefully these
one
people will-
and dummy number two. Dumb. Don't fly in Iran. You would think that you wouldn't need anybody to tell you that.
No, don't fly in Iran next to a military base, which was where they.
Lord.
So,
Yeah.
but glad to hear that at least they're back safely.
Yes.
All right, so next in the news, we have the Boeing is getting back into the action again with their cargo air vehicle. It recently made a successful forward flight test in an outdoor environment. This thing is a monster.
Whoa. Whoa. Wow.
And notice how the blades are all tilted to. It's an amazing design. It even has dampeners on the legs when it lands.
Here's a fun fact for you. You may not even have noticed, but your Phantom 4 has tilted motors.
Yes, it does.
It's ever so slight, but and there's a reason for that. I think it's turbulence from the next propeller to have the science,
Well, looking forward to seeing more stuff from Boeing as they get that, more testing.
Mm-hmm.
So to go to something from carrying things to more artistic, a gentleman is using drones, LED drones, to illuminate landscapes as he films.
This is really cool.
I think the best thing about photography is the opportunity to travel and to see places. I see it as a way that I can show these places to other people.
He had really good hair. Did you notice that? Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff right there. So this is a guy named Wu, and he does a lot of light painting. And he uses drones to do it. You can check out his work online there. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stuff that's on his page is really pretty fantastic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you want to take the next one?
Yes.
Oh, is this your son? Hold on, I got to give him an intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, coming in to do the next news story is Joe Sills. He just turned 18. That means that he can go to big people jail. He can vote. And he needs to get the hell out of the house and get a damn job.
Yeah!
Come on in. All right.
So, our next drone news, is a crazy crazy drone with legs named Leonardo by Caltech.
This is crazy. This is dumb. Did they take a robot and put propellers on it, or was it the other way around?
No, this is a robot that uses the upward force of the blades to maintain its balance as it walks on two legs.
Is there a practical purpose for this?
I have no idea.
It can walk.
It can walk. But part of the magic of being a drone is that you don't need to walk.
Well, this is a drone that can walk.
Yeah. Okay.
The practical purpose is YouTube videos where we get to laugh at it.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's okay. Again,
Do you notice it's got string from above holding it as well as still having the props?
Well, yeah, you don't want it to fall over and break a prop. I don't know. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But good job. Good job, Joe, on that. Very good job. So Joe, I got to ask you something.
Yes.
Jeff, take off your hat. Joe, take off your hat. Here's a present for you. Baldness is recessive on your mother's side. So if your grandfather on your mother's side has hair, you're good to go. You're welcome. Hey, Chris Hope, thank you. $10 super sticker. I haven't seen that one yet. The dude jumping up and saying yippee. All right.
Stickers, I like stickers, yes I do.
All right. Now back to the news.
All right. So in Albuquerque, New Mexico, they have a center for the Balloon Fiesta Park. This is where they launch the huge balloon festivals. You know, the people actually ride in.
Right, the hot air balloons. Yeah.
This particular area now has been listed as a prohibited zone for flying drones because they've had a lot of issues with people flying drones around these balloons as they're launching them. So the TFR is up in place in its entirety in Fiesta and will be up as long as they are having the balloon festival.
It's so tempting to bring your drone out there, but don't do it unless you have permission.
The video is undeniably amazing, and this guy...
I have the distinction of being the first and only so far, yes.
...is the only person who was able to get it. He was the first and only drone pilot allowed at Fiesta last year.
Drones allow us just a closer proximity with higher quality optics.
In other words, it's really cool video, but he and his company had to jump through a lot of hoops to get it, and this year they're doing it again.
It's a big deal for us to be here. It's a big deal for us to be invited back to Fiesta.
Before you start charging up your drone, know that you'll have to stay clear of Balloon Fiesta Park.
It's actually illegal to fly any aircraft, including drones, within any TFR. And there's a TFR up in place for the entirety of Fiesta.
Like a federal offense illegal.
Last year, some folks either didn't realize or chose to break the rules and found out the hard way that they got a knock on their door from several three-letter agencies.
So leave it to the experts. Really, we mean it.
It's not possible to put up a drone and be undetected at the Fiesta.
So tempting, though, right?
So tempting.
If you live near there, you see, oh, it's Balloon Day, and little Timmy goes out with his whatever, and then Timmy gets in trouble, or his parents would. Very quickly, thank you to DumbTube. I haven't seen DumbTube in here before, but he gave a 79. What do you call what's now? I know a pound. What's the what's a pence? Pence. 79 pence. Thank you for that. I guess Google removed the taxes. And AZ USA, Arizona USA, aka Pickles. Hey Ken, happy Thursday. Sneak in the trash men. I don't know what he's talking about there. Today was trash day. So, I didn't take my trash out. Maybe that's what he's talking about. He's reminding me about the trash. Now back to you in the drone newsroom.
All right. So, the guy that created OcuSync, the virtual goggles or whatever, has decided that he wanted to get into the anti-drone business. So he's come up with something called Anduril, which is a drone specifically designed to take off, find another drone, and then smash into it.
Why?
It's counter-drone technology.
Why?
This is, again, one of these companies that wants to make something to prevent us from flying in places that we shouldn't.
Why?
Because he felt like it.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Joe.
Because he made Oculus. The guy's got too much money.
I don't know what they're blurring out on the top of there. You see, it's kind of blurred.
Yeah.
They're blurring out the technology or whatever. But okay, so the idea is it physically bumps into. Whose phone was that?
that was someone from India calling to scam me.
Oh, okay. So these drones physically bump into and destroy the... Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it. I mean, don't worry about jamming the signal when you could just jam right into the thing physically.
Yeah.
Look how it's tracking it. Wow. And it does this autonomously? It's not a pilot flying?
Fully autonomous.
Do you know how to turn your phone off there, Greg?
It was on silent. My computer's doing it.
Oh.
That's funny.
Well, funny, this never happens during your stream. Only mine. Yeah.
Of course.
Look, he got all red. He's all red.
Well, I mean, this opens quite a Pandora's box for generating these interceptors that, you know, the intended use obviously is for it to smash into another drone, but it could be used for other things as well. And that's the concern, I guess, that many people have, is that, you know, the military aspects of something like this that can track a target like this and collide with it. It just, it's one of those things that's not really cool.
Good grief, man. What's going on at the Greg Casa?
I'm just muting it. Hang on, I'll be back.
Okay. TJ Grady, Anubis Arts, another $5 super chat. Thank you. For Joseph. For Joseph, I can't read that. Jeff, it's too small. Can you read that for me?
No.
What does it say there? I can't. My glasses. I got a new prescription, and maybe Joe, can you read?
Don't.
The green one. The green one. What does it say?
Green one by Anubis Arts.
Yeah.
TJ Grady.
Yeah.
For Joseph to experience bird.
Joseph was dancing. He was dancing. You like that? You like that song? Do you, Joe?
Yes.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anubis Arts. All right, what's up? What's the next story?
So next in the news, we have Jedi mind tricks used to control your drone swarm.
Okay. And?
This particular video comes from researchers at Skolovo Institute of Technology who have come up with a way of being able to control a swarm of drones, multiple drones, with just hand gestures.
Huh.
And so obviously the use is to be able to manipulate drones through different ways and control massive amounts of them to perform tasks that could be as simple as lifting an object or carrying something from one place to another, etc.
So what is the practical purpose of this?
Well, if you have a heavy lift drone and you're using it in an environment where you're going to be moving heavy items from one place to another, something that you would normally do with, say, a crane or a ditch digger or something like that, if they develop the technology to be able to do that, where you can just walk out, use a hand gesture to raise the drone up, grab the target, move it over to wherever you need to move it. I mean, there's a lot of different practical applications to this in the agricultural world, in the construction world.
I'm not seeing it. Maybe I don't have that kind of vision.
Well, but not everybody is adept with remote controls. So
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, Robert Green, my goodness, thank you. $2 super chat. He says someone is being erased from the will. Yeah, Joe. Don't mock your father. And Dumb Tube again with a 2-pounder. 2-pound super chat. Do you think DJI will release a drone? Yes, about every 7 minutes. No, if you're asking, maybe he's asking about this. Ooh, what's that?
Yeah, DJI has posted or confirmed that they have added to the FCC database a filing for a drone called the Mavic Mini.
Yeah! Yeah! So I can tell you,
as you know,
I
in the
can't.
past,
Yeah.
we've done these FCC filings, and it turns out to be like a camera or a gimbal or something. So I always try to recommend people be a little cautious.
I know Jeff can't confirm or deny, but I, Ken Heron, can confirm because I have friends on the inside, and they told me specifically not to tell anyone that the Mavic Mini is definitely coming out. So don't you tell anyone, okay? Keep it between you and I. Don't tell anyone, but it's definitely coming out. Woohoo! So my question in the chat is, would you buy one? I mean, we got the Spark, we got the Mavic Air. It would have to be freaking fantastic. And
it would have to have a level of technology that is better than the other two. I mean, it's a very tough act to follow the Skydio 2 right now. A very tough act.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this one does have a whole bunch of sensors aboard. Maybe this is their answer to it. Who knows?
Yeah. If I was DJI, I'd have some of that new tech up my sleeve and ready to go and be holding it, waiting for whatever comes next. They've done it before.
Yeah.
They do have a history of it, yes.
Philip Cochat? Is that how you say it? Cochat?
Close enough for me.
As in, I ate too much pasta and I had to cochat. I can't make fun of anybody that did a super chat. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. Hey, Ken, greetings from Pelham, Alabama, enjoying the show. Please don't say my last name. Well,
Jesus. This is the reason why we need to read these things beforehand.
I need to read it beforehand. By the way, I used to live near Pelham. I used to hang out in Pelham. That was my old stomping ground. Upper Darby, Pelham. No, wait, I might think I'm Pennsylvania. Pelham, Alabama, which is near Center Point? I used to live in Center Point. Anyway, sorry.
All right.
Sorry, Philip.
Next in the news, we'll go on with the drone mini fleet is designed to plant 400,000 trees a day.
Wow, that's cool.
I think it's fantastically exciting because tree planting one by one by humans is very important. That is so labor intensive. So if we can do tree planting at massive scale like this by drones, because if this program here is successful, it will be replicated basically anywhere. Climate change is a huge challenge for Myanmar. It may be one of the most vulnerable countries in the world when it comes to climate change, which is surprising because the landmass is so big and it's so varied from a natural point of view. But the dry zone can be drier, which will have huge implications for the agriculture. There are huge forests which may also be affected by climate change, and Myanmar has a very, very long coast. Mangroves are so central for Myanmar, for the protective wall it will make along the coast against cyclones and extreme weather, for creating good opportunities for fish to grow, and of course it's also a beautiful landscape which many tourists want to come and see. So here's a fantastic win-win-win. You protect the land, you increase the fishes, and you get more income at the same time.
That's a very, very cool thing that drones are doing, but I have to, just a quick aside.
Yeah.
His accent, I love that accent. I don't know where it's from, but if you're doing an interview with someone and then there's someone else, the editing guy, who has to decide whether or not to put subtitles. You're speaking, right? You're speaking English, but there's English subtitles. And then when dude sees it, he's like, I thought I was speaking English. And then he's like, well, not good enough, apparently. That's got to be an insult, right? You're speaking English, but there's English subtitles. That's got to be pretty insulting. Anyway.
Speak my English good.
Right. It's not good enough. But, I mean, could you have understood him without the subtitles? I could.
Yeah, I could.
He was doing great.
Yeah.
Sometimes when Greg talks, I think
came back from America. She was talking to some people over there, and my parents were around, and they needed subtitles to understand Americans. So there you go.
Sometimes when you're talking, I need subtitles there, Greg. And we're gonna have a little game that we're gonna play with you and iSpike coming up. We're gonna call Spike.
Oh, no.
It's a fun Australian game. Yeah. All right. What's next? Oh, Mark H. $10 super chat. Thank you. Ken, like your interchange drone footage video. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just took a picture took video from high up from interstate interchange. Changes your perspective on things. Something you might drive over and through every day and see it from a different angle.
It was pretty cool from a different angle. I enjoyed that video.
Thanks. And by the way, everybody, there's probably 100 comments saying Spaghetti Junction in the UK is bigger. Okay. I didn't have time to go to the UK, so I just used that one.
All right. So next in the news, there's a company by the name of Verge Aero that specializes in high-performance drone light shows. Yeah. And they've recently been invited to get involved in doing a music video for an Australian dance music trio called Panau. The video features the American singer Ali Gabriel. But what's fascinating in this video is that he has these little markers all over his body to identify to the drones the movement that they should do. So as he's singing the song and he starts moving around, the drones are then programmed to follow his movement, and essentially during the performance, he has control over the drone.
Oh, that's neat. Now, I've muted the music because it's horrible, but the visuals are fantastic. Greg, have you heard of this band?
No, I haven't heard of them. What was the name of the band again?
The trio is called Panau, P-N-A-U. And the project for this particular song was done with a singer by the name of Ali Gabriel.
Huh.
Haven't heard of them.
Well, that is interesting.
I definitely recommend going and looking up the video. It's definitely interesting to watch. Like I said, the visuals of him moving around with the drones. I really look forward to seeing this in future videos, future artistic endeavors, because it was just beautiful. All right, so next in the news, I'm going to claim fake news story.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to claim fake news story right off the bat.
Well, of course,
so
yes.
Go ahead and do with it, because Scania, they do trucks, delivery, and they're like the semi-trucks of Europe. They decided to make a video about drones.
Yeah. And the drones are apparently cluster drones lifting this truck up in the air and flying it. First of all, you can't fly over traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say that this is just a fantasy. Could never happen. Never would happen.
And there's no purpose for it at all. So I mean,
well, it's a cool visual. I mean, it's a cool visual. This is for people that know nothing about drones or physics.
Yes.
Those people are like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it would be possible to run that truck, but yeah, no way that could ever happen. But it's a cool thing to see.
Even if it was fake, I would never ride in that.
No.
Too scared of heights.
Greg,
all right,
Greg,
so
thoughts? Greg, thoughts on that, Greg?
It's a shielded operation. It could be legal because the truck is actually protecting what's below from the drones.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, okay, but you can't carry around your own roof. I see how you're trying to get around the rules.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it didn't work.
What's next?
All right, so the last story we have for this evening in Las Vegas, the Lights FC helicopter does a cash drop every year, and they're under fire with the FAA.
Yes.
FAA is investigating the Las Vegas Lights' popular helicopter cash drop. The investigation into Skyline helicopters is over altitude safety and reckless operation concerns. The $10,000 cash drop has really become a highlight at Lights home games. Club owner Brett Lashbrook released a statement saying the team remains fully confident that all safety protocols required by the FAA were undertaken by Skyline helicopters, and the team stands in full support of the company.
Wow. They were pretty low over the people there.
Yeah, so we're not allowed to fly our drones over crowds, right? And our drones are, just this big. They're hovering a helicopter with $10,000 in it over a crowd, throwing money wildly out the door. And we're at fault for flying over crowds.
It doesn't seem fair, does it?
No.
I mean, maybe they should just use a drone to drop the... hold on. I'm getting a message through my fake earpiece. Yes. Okay. Apparently, our on the scene reporter is out with another helicopter drop. Let's go to him live.
And I think I hear something now. The crowd is moving out into the parking area, and oh yes, I can see it now. It's a helicopter, and it's coming this way. A helicopter. It's flying something behind it. I can't quite make it out. It's a large banner, and it says, Happy Thanksgiving from WKRP. What a sight, ladies and gentlemen, what a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object, perhaps a skydiver, plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet. Those can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! This is terrible. The cars running around, pushing each other. Oh, my goodness! Oh, the humanity!
Yeah. Classic. Probably the best episode of WKRP ever. And if you're...
I missed it. Why did they drop out?
Turkeys.
Are you kidding? Did they not show that show in Australia? Then you, my friend, have missed out.
Mr. Carlson thought turkeys could fly.
Here's the line, Jeff. What's the line?
I thought they could fly.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. Oh my goodness. WKRP in Cincinnati. If you're of a certain age, you know that clip very well. So
yeah, I highly recommend the whole show, but that episode was by far one of the best.
iAdventures, thank you. Ken, I need some eyes for my Skydio. Ooh, I'd love to see some eyeballs on the Skydio. I have a whole drawer full of eyeballs here. I've got more eyeballs coming in. Our buddy Jim Wallace is making some more for me. I got chocolate and vanilla, large and small. These are guaranteed to keep the birds away from your drone. It doesn't work too well on turkeys because, you know, they're always flying around up there with your drone. But if you want some, you can go ahead and PayPal me, Ken Heron Upload at gmail.com. $10, and I will send them to you. Okay? And Jimmy J, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. And hold on, I think we missed a big one. Oh my gosh. Whiz Bang 99. Wow. Wowie. And wow. $50 super chat. Happy birthday. For gas, give $2 to Jeff for a haircut. Jeff, how do you cut your hair? Do you use a Flowbee? What do you use there, bud?
Flowbee.
Snip. We use the scissors.
Do you know what a Flowbee is, Jeff?
Yes, I know what a Flowbee is, and no, I don't use a Flowbee.
Okay. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you've ever used a Flowbee successfully. What a dumb thing. If for those who don't know, a Flowbee is a set of clippers with a vacuum hose on the back, and it would suck your hair up and you cut it. Anyway, another American product. American ingenuity there, Greg. All right, we're running a little bit late. Thank you so much, Jeff. Is there anything else you have to say before we head out? Ooh.
Yes, there is something I have to say before we head out.
What do you have to say? Yeah, you're blocking the sign.
Sponsored by Go Professional Cases GPC. Designed for life. Be original, be blue. Online at goprofessionalcases.com.
Yes, sir. And you can put them back, yeah. Now, before we let you go, while we have everybody here, I did want to address something. You may remember the video we did just a couple videos back about how I came to the realization that quite possibly YouTube was violating the FAA in furtherance of a business rules. And I revealed this to you live in a video, and you thought about it, and you're like, oh my goodness, are they? So I actually heard back from the FAA on this, and I have pinned that comment. So if you want to go back and read it, but I'll tell you what the FAA said about this, and a lot of people are curious about it. So this is from Kevin Morris from the Aviation Safety Section at the FAA Central Aviation and Commercial Division. He says, for clarity, it comes down to intent, which is subjective. I digress. He says, if someone flying a drone for recreational purposes and sharing their videos online for others to enjoy, they would be considered a recreational pilot. Even if YouTube places advertising on the video which monetizes it, YouTube would also not be in violation of FAA regulations because they would not be considered an operator, meaning they did not cause, hire, ask, persuade, etc. the channel owner to fly their drone. It seems like a little bit of a gray area to me, does it not?
Yeah, but it makes sense.
It does make sense, and it protects YouTube, which is good. We don't want YouTube to get in trouble, do we? Yes.
So the next time you get a speeding ticket, I didn't mean to do it.
Yes. It's all about intent. He goes on. Now, if that same recreational flyer taking the same video and posting it to the same channel does so because they want to make money from YouTube advertising, and thus their intent for flying is to make money from their YouTube channel, it would no longer be considered recreational, and they would need to cooperate under Part 107. Similarly, if YouTube contacted the recreational flyer and asked them to post more videos because they are generating ad revenue, both the recreational flyer and YouTube could be in violation of FAA regulations. So I hope that clears it up. Remember, in order to be protected, all you have to do is say, I didn't mean to make money.
Wasn't my intent.
I didn't intend to monetize it. Anyway, I think you know what I'm saying. So recreational pilots, don't worry, you're good. And Jeff, thank you for the news. We're running very, very late. I apologize to Spike. We're going to call you here in a moment. But before we let you go, here is Greg to sing a happy birthday to Joe.
Yay.
No.
I love putting people on the spot. All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Fun.
Well, he's fantastic, isn't he? Boy, that news ran a long time. Thanks, everyone, for all the super chats. It really does mean a lot. This show it's hard to do, this show. This is show number 115, and I haven't missed one. And, you know, when I talk about
some that was slightly shorter, but you still did them.
Yeah, I did. When I talk about a sponsor making this show possible, it is absolutely quite literal that they are making this possible. Because, again, I'm not monetizing this video. And it doesn't necessarily get a lot more views than some of my other videos that are less intensive to create. But I enjoy the hell out of this. I love being part of the community and bringing everyone together. And so I will continue to do it until I guess my heart gives out or the internet just craps out on me permanently. So now I'm going to call Mr. Spike. So hang on to something sturdy because this guy knows how to talk. And now here is
Brace for impact.
Brace for impact. Here is Greg with a joke.
And this is a joke that Ken it'll go straight over your head.
Yeah.
Ken, what is an Australian animal that most resembles the Australian male?
What is an Australian animal that most resembles an Australian male? I don't know.
The wombat, of course. The wombat, because he eats roots and leaves.
Hey,
I don't get it.
World, how you doing?
Hey, Spike, welcome to the show, man. Maybe Spike can explain that joke. Greg, tell Spike that joke again.
Spike, did you hear it? Okay, what's the Australian animal that most resembles the Australian male? Answer, the wombat, because he...
iSpike?
Maybe. Answer is the wombat, because he eats roots and leaves.
Yes.
I don't get it. Do you have to be Australian to get that joke?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's dirty, don't explain it. But Spike, welcome to the show, my friend. It's been
man. How you doing, everybody? G'day, Ken. G'day, Will.
Matt.
G'day, Greg.
You are
G'day,
looking.
everyone.
You are looking much better than last time. Your set is all fancy. You got a fire there. You got a product back there. You got your outfit. Your beard is all.
We've got the where is it on this side here? Is being smoked out. There's someone in the back seat having a cigarette.
Oh, look at that, man! It's like we're in a nightclub or something.
Turn this one off.
Yeah.
And we put this one on, and away we go. Yeah, man. Ladies
Welcome to the Spike Club. Woo!
Yeah,
That's
brother,
great.
welcome to my place.
That's great. So
The
now,
studio, where it all happens.
now for those who don't know Spike, Spike, how do you describe Spike? Spike is he is a unique human being. He does these top of mind just. Oh, look at that! What you got there? He will do live streams for 10 hours, is what I'm saying, and he fills it with chatter. It's not 10 hours of silence.
No, I'm into it. As long as the old
marathon.
throat.
Yeah,
He's a marathon maniac.
He's a
I love
maniac.
it. I'm a YouTube pig. I tell you, I can do this. I don't know if any guests in the history of the Ken Heron show has been able to do this. Watch this.
All right,
There we
all
go.
right. Yeah.
We go from camera A to camera B.
Hey!
Yeah, welcome to my studio. Look
Very
at that.
nice. Look at that. He's got camera B, man.
Yeah, camera B, brother. We've got the motorcycle trike in the background. Hey, listen, congratulations to all America. Congratulations to yous all. 3,497 Harley Davidsons got together a couple of days ago in an abandoned they stopped, they shut down the airfield, private airfield, and you guys now back in America, it's called Bring It Back Home 2019, and you now have the Guinness Book of Records for the longest train of Harley Davidsons in the world.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's great, man. Oh, I thought you were gonna do a stream of consciousness, something or other. Hey, so Spike, your studio's looking great. You put a lot of effort and money into there, and I wish you nothing but success. I'm gonna go ahead and play one of your videos here, and this trike of yours. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video here while you tell people a little bit about the bike and what it means to you and why you drive that instead of two wheels, and maybe tell them a little bit about the fact that you're a survivor. You're a cancer survivor, sir.
Yeah, sure. Quickly, folks, this is what you're looking at now is a good mate of mine, Izzy Razbufnik. He collaborated with me. He's a fellow West Australian, and he got together with me, and he and his good partner and another fella who was a photographer. We had, we had two Mavic 2 Pros, a Osmo Pocket, and a GoPro Hero 7, and we made this video together, only going back a little while ago. Now, I normally used to ride two-wheeler motorbikes, everybody, but yep, I was struck with the old canceroonie about 7 years ago. They told me I was going to die. I didn't. I had chemo and radiation and all the rest of it. Did my head in a little bit. It doesn't matter. We're all good to go. And I've had 2 hip replacements, so I can't ride the two-wheelers anymore. I really miss leaning going around the corners.
Yeah.
But still got my knees in the breeze, and as you can see there on the screen, everybody, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Look at that.
Is good. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
So that wasn't like that. You designed that. I mean, you put that together yourself, right?
Yeah, Matt. Yep. Well, they actually build them in Germany, and this particular one was a demo model that went to America, and I imported it over here, and I've done my own thing to it. So
look at that.
It's a custom beauty, you know. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a really good video. We had a lot of fun doing it. Look at this. Whoa! this here was taken with the 360. That's right. We had a 360 camera as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to be making another one real soon down in the Perth, the Big Smoke. This is up in my neck of the woods in the country here. You know, that look good, eh? And yeah, we're going to be doing a crazy that was riding through the paddock to get up on the rock.
That's great. That's really great.
Love it, man. I tell you, every single minute since I guess I was on death row with that cancer thing a long time ago. Now
that'll change a guy's attitude, won't it? I mean, anybody that calls cancer Rooney has got a great attitude towards it. I got the old cancer Rooney.
Yeah. Now life's good, Ken, man. I got a little baby list here. I don't know if it's too much to talk about, but I just wanted to sort of touch on base on a couple of main points anyway, if that's all right, please.
Sure. Any guest that's prepared. Yeah.
So that was my good friend Izzy Resbufnik, everybody. And he's a photographer for a while, and he's only just started his YouTube channel. So if anybody's going to go over and have a bit of a look.
By the way, if you promote too many people, I will have to start to send you an invoice.
No problem, man.
Okay.
No problem. That'll be fine. We'll sort that out with my invoice too.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I've got that one there. I'm slowly building my studio here, Ken, because going forward, I plan to do podcasts and vlogcasts, and of course make more videos. I've been really sort of head down, bum up, putting this together. And if anyone watches any of my videos, the drone videos, the motorcycle videos, pretty much that's what my channel's evolved to become. A second thing I'm doing is I'm building quite a large motorcycle community, a global motorcycle community. It's called the Global Bikers and Trikers Network Nation, which is on Facebook, and I'll be doing live shows to that as well. I understand through StreamYard, with the paid situation, you can actually have both, both channels at the same time, YouTube and Facebook. Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. And I think that's pretty much. Oh, also, hang on, I'm going to have a sip of my drink. Just a minute.
You've got more product than most people. What do you got? T-shirts and mugs and.
I got hats, man. Look, this one here. It's all around the world. You got New York and everywhere. People have bought them. These are the old. This is what I call the pop art one.
That's great.
So that's pretty groovy.
Now I want to know where is the puppet? You had a puppet that you bring on the show.
Excuse me. Sorry, Scully. Don't you dare hit the puppet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Scully.
G'day, everybody. My name is Scully, and it's the iSpike and Scully show. Yes, my little mate. And we've got. I've got legs now. Look.
Oh, Scully.
Scully's got so my dad, he stuffed up a tripod up my beep. Anyway, it's good to be here. It's good to see you all. And we'll get on with it, eh? Get on with it. This is a very valuable minute airtime from Ken Heron.
This is the kind of thing that you can expect from Spike's channel. There's a link in the description. If you can't get enough of Mr. Spike, and who can, really? I mean, you can't.
You
can't over Spike.
Hey, listen, I've had, you know what, it was bloody funny. Oh, what's happening behind me? It's all happening. And hey, listen, it was bloody funny because my little green button went red. And I why? I haven't pressed the button for my smoke machine. The blooming fire overheated the smoke machine. And I'm thinking, oh man, I can't have my laser. And I thought that's a big deal. I turned, I love it. Look. Yeah, man, laser.
So give me an idea of where you are right now. Are you in a subdivision? Are you out in the middle of the outback?
I'm in the middle of the sticks, man. I'm in the middle of the bush, Kenny. I've got nothing, nowhere. 200 miles all around me.
Really? So you have no neighbors?
How many people in your town? Tell Ken how many people in your town, Spike.
The population of my little town is 9 people, everybody. 9.
Oh, wow.
So, 9.
So you can ride your motorcycle at 2 in the morning and not bother anyone.
Yeah, no, we're all good to go, mate. And that's why I do my live streams for so long, I guess, is because I actually collect people from different time zones. So different ones come in and they fall off, go to bed, have their nana naps, whatever. And then I hit the European people and all that sort of stuff. Speaking of Europe, of course, that's where Izzy Resbufnik is at the moment. He's over there in Italy and he's been there for 4 weeks. So he's taken his Mavic Pro 2. He did a hiking trip for 2 weeks. 2 of those 4 weeks. And awesome, man. He's gone to places where no one else has been able to go to. And he's taken his Mavic 2 Pro. So I'm really proud to know him. I'm really, really look forward to doing stuff with you. Also with you, Ken Heron. Yeah. Also with you guys, because 2020, fingers crossed, the plan's not there yet.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping. I don't know if the stars all align. I'll turn the light back on.
You're wearing me out, man. You're wearing me out, Spike.
iSpike, spin up.
Oh yeah. Okay, but not this year. But next year you'll be at Spike. At spin up.
at Spin Up.
And the reason he's going to go to Spin Up, Ken, the reason he's going to go to Spin Up is because you haven't visited him first. If you get your passport and visit him, you can stop him from inflicting on the rest of America.
Yeah, well, he sucks the oxygen out of whatever room he's in. Oh, gray bearded pilot, thank you. 10-pound super chat, Ken. The word, yeah, okay, yeah. Yes. I picked up on that. Thank you for the clarification. Now, Spike and Greg, since you guys are both Aussies, I have a fun little contest. It's not really a contest because you'll both win, but it's just a little fun little thing to demonstrate to us Americans and anyone who doesn't really understand the Australian accent. I'm going to ask you to read certain things. Okay?
Oh, no.
All right. This is a number. What is this number?
0.
Where are you putting it? I can't see the number.
What is this number? He needs his glasses. What is that number, Spike?
That number, O. It's not a number, it's the letter O. Yeah, I win.
Greg, how do Australians say? Don't fix the contest, Greg. Say it like you normally say it.
I can't remember. I've had a mental Aussie blank. I'm just getting 0.
Greg,
no, I'm getting 0.
0.
Wrong. It's Z. That's what you say. All right.
Z.
Huh?
Don't you say Z instead of 0, or is that the UK?
Oh.
No, we say 0, man.
It wasn't a Z.
Naught.
Not the number 0.
The number 0. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. This one will be a little bit easier. Greg first. Greg, what is this? Say this.
HDMI.
And Spike, say this.
Say what? This.
Say.
Oh, that.
Are you looking at me or are you looking at yourself on the screen?
Yeah. HDMI.
Wrong. That's HDMI, not
it's a
HDMI. Okay. All right. Now, Greg, be honest. Okay. Here's the last one. Okay.
Damn.
Greg first. How do you pronounce this word?
Aluminium.
Wrong.
Aluminium.
Wrong. Spike, how do you pronounce that?
I'm trying to think how you blokes say it. It's aluminium.
Wrong. It's aluminum. It's not spelled aluminum. No.
I tell you, Ken Heron.
All right.
Aluminum.
Ken, did you use a spell checker?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I did. Now, Spike, I'm going to go ahead and play another one of your videos, and this is one that I wouldn't think that you would have enough energy to do, but this is a real estate video. And
yeah, man, this is a good one. I'm proud about this one.
Yeah, you did a great job with this. And
Thank you.
This is a typical. Is this a typical Australian home in the outback?
Yes, sir. This is a lady friend of mine. She's 83 years old. She's a lovely lady. And this house is for sale. It's her home. It's got a railway carriage, you see there. Look at this. I nearly hit a tree. Watch. I cut out.
Is this all filmed with the drone?
All filmed with the drone. And then what we do is we come to the front door. And then away we go. We're inside the kitchen. It's like an open plan living area.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a gorgeous home. It's a lovely. It's sitting on 20 acres. It's probably value-wise, I'd say it'd be close to about $250 American $1,000.
Okay.
So it's not bad. 20 acres in this beautiful 3-bedroom home.
And then you're backing out here. Now, do Australian homes typically have a whole bunch of porch real estate out there?
Yeah, the porch area. Look at it, because I mean it's the great outdoors, I guess, down here, and
right.
In indoor-outdoor living. She's got a beautiful back porch there. But I mean the whole area, the whole yard.
You did a great job with that. Do you do a lot of real estate photography?
No, my friend, no. That's the one and only I've ever done. And I even put that together at the end there for her, you know. So learning all the time, Ken. I mean, I'm self-taught, mate. I've only been doing this for just over a year now. And I don't really, I guess, like I was saying before, the past 6 months, if you look at all my videos, it's all about this blooming studio, which is good because we finally sort of everything's come together now. So what it is we got to program the stuff. We got to load the computer up with the programming. Then after that, once we've done the programming, we've got to get the settings all sorted out. Once the settings are all sorted out, then of course we learn how to drive it. And then look out, watch this spaceman. I'm
you know what?
To,
I got to tell you.
I understand you're celebrating nearly 100,000 people very, very soon. Ken Heron.
Almost. I can see the goalposts. They're in the distance.
So one of these. Look, hang on. It's on this side here. See that one there? See that one there?
Yeah.
It's a gold play button, not a silver one. It's a gold one.
Oh.
Hey, Spike, what made you decide to want to do live shows?
My first million was just
He's not
listening.
Go ahead and ask him the question again, Greg.
What made you want to do live shows in the first place? What made you want to do it?
You know what, Ken? I think it's my calling, mate. Dead set. As a younger one, and I'll put those videos together. They're some VHS stuff. I was a performer. I did sort of spend about 15 years as an entertainer. Prior to that, of course, I left school because I was a bit of a clown of the class. I was working at 14. I was sort of advised it's probably best to go to work instead of school. So I did that. And then I had a 20 year or 15 years of a showbiz career, professional paid showbiz career. Then I went into mining. I did all that for a little while. Got crook, retired, and then I've been sort of slowly doing this and this and this. And I tell you, I get goosebumps doing what I do. And part of what I want to reach as many people as I can around the world and bring joy, make a smile. And that is my purpose. That is my purpose on life.
I got to tell you, Spike. I have not seen anyone with as much energy and passion for YouTube as you. I just haven't. There's no one that exists in the world that is more.
Man, I just love it. Look, I'll even do this. Look, I can even get up and I can do this and a bit of a dance. Yeah, bloody beauty. Yeah, man. All the world, all the people in the chat.
Hey, while you're up, you're up, would you? Two things before we let you go. One, we're gonna do the Would You Ride It. Let's do that first. Would You Ride It is something we do with our guests every week, and usually it's some wacky thing that you can ride in that's also a quadcopter or drone type thing, and this one is sort of an air taxi concept. So check this out. Let me know, would you ride this in the chat?
Many have no doubt wish they could soar over traffic instead of being stuck in it, and a drone slated to soon begin testing could make that fantasy a reality. The incredible flying machine is called the Air Vinci and is being developed by Tarek Ibrahim and his team. Powered by a ducted fan, the aircraft can take off and land vertically. It is also designed to haul loads weighing hundreds of pounds, which makes the drone capable of carrying a compartment large enough to accommodate a human. Throughout the development of the personal transportation option, one of the goals has been to keep the Air Vinci's price around that of a car. According to the project manager, the prototype is almost ready and test flights will begin this summer. The team believes availability could happen as early as 2017.
So, would you ride it? Spike, would you ride that thing?
Hell yeah! Yeah!
You would?
Yeah, man, I'll give anything a go.
Yeah. All right, Greg, how about you? Would you ride that thing?
I wouldn't ride that one because I'm thinking if you got a ducted fan, it's going to rotate. How are they preventing it from rotating?
Yeah, I didn't see a counter fan or anything. People in the chat are saying, one fan?
It's in it.
Hell no. I don't. Let's see. Zeb Meat says, I don't ride drawings. So it's in a
like is it Da Vinci? Was it Da Vinci or something that was making it, Ken?
Vinci or something like that. Yeah.
Vinci? Yeah. It's bloody art.
It's still a concept right now.
Yeah, right.
Opposing blades. It's possible that they have two sets of blades that are going in opposite directions in there. So only if it has a parachute. People are mostly. Well, I got a hell yes and a hell no right next to each other. Place It Here said that they would ride with you, Spike. So I guess since it only carries one person, they would have to sit on your lap.
Listen, I've got this thing here going on in the background. I'll just say hello to Ken here.
Okay.
This is the GoPro, and we've got the Rode Wireless Go on it. I got one of them there, and I got one on my little T-shirt here down here.
Okay.
And I'm actually making a recording like last year. It was 11 months ago to the day or thereabouts, Ken.
Oh.
That you and I got together. So I'm making a little video. So it's a bit like the last one, where we did my side of the fence. So yeah, that's going on in the background, just to let you know.
Well, hi, Spike viewers. Make sure you subscribe to my channel.
That's the way.
There you go.
Ken Heron, and I'll put your link in the description below.
Thank you. Now, before we let you go, sir, like we did last time, would it be possible for you to start up that trike?
Man, you know what? There's one thing I did not get. They bring the keys in, but what I did do is I pre-recorded, just for you, Ken.
Yeah.
I put the shades on. Can you hear that?
Can
you hear that in the background?
I don't hear anything. There's no audio from your board, your soundboard or whatever.
It's not coming through.
But you look good in your shades. But last year he was able to start up that bike and get it going. But you left the keys, and you don't need keys to start that. Come on.
I do, mate. I do, and I've got a beautiful Harley Davidson revving away at the moment. Boom, 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 boom in the. Hang on, I got like this.
Hold on, I got it for you. There we go.
I got to hear it. Look.
Yeah.
I put my earphones on the. I put my earphones on the phone.
What? I got nothing. I got nothing, man. His studio is still in development. Spike, thank you so much for just being you. You continue to be you. Your joy is infectious. It's just a pleasure to know you, and thank you for making time to be on the show.
Thank you very much, Ken, for giving me the opportunity, mate. I really appreciate it. Everybody around the world, all the people that are into the droning side of things, you're an absolutely awesome community. You know who you are, all the special ones. I reckon everyone's special, and especially Mr. Ken Heron. Tell all your friends, everybody, because we want to get Ken over the 100,000, especially before Christmas. It'd be really cool before Spin Up, which is a couple of weeks' time, and I'm going to be there, Ken. I'll be there somewhere, floating around, mate, in the background to wish you congratulations on the big one.
I'll bring a cardboard cutout of you to spin up.
Good on you, man. I'll be watching some of the videos.
Awesome. Thank you, Spike. Talk to you later.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Don't forget, Saturday, 6 p.m. Central. Saturday, 6 p.m. Central. That's when I have my live stream every week. See you then.
Got you, man. Thank you.
Ooh and Roo.
Ooh and Roo to you.
Yeah, see you later, Greg. Ta-da, Ken.
See you then.
Bye-bye, Spikey. You know, I'm just reading one of the comments, and a Grumpy said if we could bottle iSpike, we could power a rocket to Mars.
No kidding. I don't know where he gets it from. And he does, like, really long streams just like that. Just like that. And you'll be talking about something, and then he'll pick something up in the room, talk about it for a half hour. I don't know how he does it. I consider myself pretty creative, but I couldn't do that. I could not do a 10-hour stream.
Absolutely. No. Absolutely insane, but in a good way.
Once, maybe. I might be able to do it once, but then I'd be dead afterwards. So,
do you know what? Just after doing a 1-hour show, my own one, I am totally knackered at the end. I've just got to crash out and lie down.
Oh, yeah.
It just drains you.
It just takes it out of you. Now, let's go ahead and give some stuff away.
It's another exciting contest.
All right. So, I'm going to give people an opportunity to win something later on. If you, and more people watch this after it's live than people do while it's live. So for those people, I'm going to give you an opportunity to win something coming up. But right now, I'm going to draw for a couple of these Loom Cube Strobes. These are just 2 of the 10 that were on my disco drone. And Loom Cube said that when I was done with the video that I would be allowed to give away about 4 of them. So I'm going to give away 2 tonight. And then look on my channel for when you can win more. So the video that I did last, the disco drone, I said all you had to do was put in the chat disco on my drone, and then I would pick someone from those who commented. So let's go to the Decideratron 5000 right now and see who's going to win as we draw a couple of the names. I'm going to go ahead and paste in the URL from that video. So you have a 1 in 520 chance. And I'm going to draw twice. So the first winner is... is Video 80634. A name that just rolls right off the tongue. Video 80634. So if you're that person, go ahead and
postcode.
yeah, and email me. And you've got one of these strobes. So now the second winner, as we go ahead and draw, the second Loom Cube strobe is Scuffed Shroud. Scuffed Shroud. Congratulations to you. You've got one of these Loom Cube strobes. And that goes very nicely into the commercial. Because this show is, in fact, brought to you by Loom Cube. They're always coming out with cool new stuff. Isn't that right, Greg?
They're always coming out with good stuff, Ken.
Yes.
What do they come out with next?
Well, you may recognize this. A lot of you out there have the original Loom Cube. And now they have the Loom Cube 2.0, which looks almost exactly like it. Same size, same shape. There's a few differences, like this one is Bluetooth. The new one's Bluetooth capable, and I believe it's brighter. I'm going to be doing a video on that. Now, if you have some of the old accessories that fit on here, I'll make myself a little bit bigger so you can see this. Some of these old diffusers that fit right on here, just like that, they will still fit the 2.0. Let me go and turn this on for you. There we go. You can adjust the brightness. And, yeah, comes with a whole bunch of accessories, man. Loom Cube.
Does it come with sunglasses?
It should. And these are all magnetic. Listen to the... That's quality right there. One of my favorite diffusers is this dome diffuser. Look at that. I'll turn this back on. Now these can be used on your drone. Okay? The Loom Cube, the smaller one, the Loom Cube Mini here, it's a little bit shallower. It has a magnetic back on it, so you shouldn't use this smaller one on your drone because of the magnet. It might mess up your compass. But you can put a couple of these or one on your drone, fly it around at night. Of course, this won't satisfy the FAA requirement for visibility, and that's why you need a strobe. So, if you want to Loom Cube it up, go ahead and go to loomcube.com and use TNL 10. TNL 10 for a 10% discount on anything on the website. If you use my link to Loom Cube in the description, you'll be helping the channel a great deal. And you'll be getting a great deal yourself. Loom Cube. Love you, mean it. Even though I messed up how to say it.
The name.
Yeah. Now, Greg, you're not talking a lot. What's up, man? You just, this Spike wear you out? Spike wear you out, buddy?
Look, I had no room to get a word in.
Okay, floor's yours. Go.
Floor's yours. Why did the wombat cross the road?
Oh, gosh, why?
To see his flatmate.
Okay. So, let's check the mail.
We just got a letter. 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 Wonder who it's from.
Well, sometimes I get actual mail. In the mail. Not just email, regular mail.
What did you get?
If you want to send something to me, you can send it here. Ken Heron, Box 1281, Huntington, Tennessee, 38344. And I got something pretty amazing. I got this box. This is from... Let me go ahead and read this. Where's the letter? Oh.
What's in the box?
I love getting mail. Now, you may have heard recently that I've stopped eating sugar. I mean, I stopped eating candy. And, you know, blatant sugar. Yeah, I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. This is from John Nagel. He says, "Hey, Ken. So I passed by this place in Missouri that I always wanted to stop in. I finally did and picked you up a couple of things. I hope you enjoy. because I had to endure greetings such as, yeah. It's a bit cheeky, but I hope it gave you a laugh. Thanks for all you do, John Nagel. So, the name of the place is in Missouri, and the name of the place is Uranus. And so, he sent me a mug saying, I love Uranus.
There is a place with that name.
Yes. Now, of course, it's Uranus, which is the planet. But the layman will say Uranus. And do you know what they sell in Uranus?
Toilets?
Fudge. And it says, the best fudge comes from Uranus. Yes, it does. It's gone. We ate it all. We ate all that Uranus fudge. Uranus Fudge Factory and General Store on historic Route 66. Fantastic. Just wonderful. In fact...
Unusual.
Where is the... Oh, here's a sticker. This is going on the drone case.
You know, when I was on holidays last time, I was in Korea, and they had this tea house, and they were serving cappuccino in toilet bowls.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So did they call it a crappuccino? Missed opportunity if they didn't. So anyway, I will, full disclosure, when I was younger, I was a fudge packer. I worked at a candy place, and I put the fudge in the boxes just like this. And the work assignments were on the wall that night, hoping I was on the taffy machine. I loved pulling taffy, but a lot of times it said Ken Heron, fudge packer. But that was the job. Thank you very much, John Nagel, for sending. Appreciate it.
It's a job. It was fun, I'm sure.
And
you get to taste it. I used to love when I was a kid. My uncle and my grandfather owned a cake shop, and I used to have trays full of cakes and pastries and Neenish tarts and pineapple tarts.
And all that stuff tastes better when it's free, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, everybody, not to change the subject, but I am. Make sure that you have it in live chat and not top chat. Because when we start doing more contests down the line, that will make a difference. So YouTube defaults to top chat for some reason. Make sure you're in live chat. Now, I've got tons and tons of fantastic videos. But first, let's start with a picture. This is from Media Mike. He said he brought the Raz to the Grand Canyon this past Friday. Here he is at the Grand Canyon with his Raz t-shirt, available at HeronAerialPhotography.com. It says the first picture here shows the canyon and the Raz in all their glory. And the second picture shows my disappointment when I saw the no droning sign. Oh, of course, that's what you get at the Grand Canyon. You're not allowed to fly there, of course. But thanks for sending that in. Media Mike. Appreciate it, buddy.
So is that like a permanent TFR, or is it just a...
Oh, it's a no-fly zone.
General aviation?
It's a national park. Yeah, it's a national park. So this is from Dimitri. He says, hey, Ken, my name is Dimitri, and I am from Latvia, the ex-USSR. One of my drone forum fellows told me to send you a link with drone footage of Riga Radio and TV Tower. It's the tallest building in Europe, and according to rumors, it should be the tallest in the USSR, but the government in Moscow rejects the project. Thanks for your time, and have a great day, Dimitri. So this is from Dimitri. Enjoy. Pretty cool, man.
Which town was that from, did you say?
This is in, you had to ask me that. Riga Radio. Latvia.
Latvia, okay.
Yes. Have you been there?
No, but I do want to travel at some point. I've done the Asian kind of market thing, and I've done America a couple of times.
Gonna go to Russia? Latvia?
I want to go around that part of the world. That's kind of my bucket list kind of place to go, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a perfect structure for a drone there, Dimitri. Very cool indeed. Looks like you can go in there, like there might be offices up in there, maybe.
Almost probably a restaurant. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that would be. Of course, you'd get.
How do they?
You'd go sterile from all the RF.
Cool.
You'd probably go sterile
cool.
from all the RF coming down on you. What? You keep talking over me. What are you doing?
I know. We keep doing that. I'm just looking at that end picture of that thing. You can't really have a lift going up in those things because they'd be going sideways. But I'm just imagining a bucket lift in the middle or something.
Well, you know they
cool.
I think, doesn't the Eiffel Tower do that? No. The Arch in St. Louis has an elevator that does that kind of sideways thing. And thank you, Tony T, very much for the 20-pound super chat. He says, "Hey Ken, thanks for everything." You bet. Thank you for that. And that really does help the show and the channel. Absolutely. All the super chats. Thank you. All right. So this is from Jim Earl from West Sacramento, California. He says, "Hey Ken, I spent Saturday in the beautiful Sierra Nevada mountains and got a chance to record some video on my Mavic Pro Platinum. It includes areas near Donner Pass, Sugar Bowl Ski Resort, and Northern California. I hope you enjoy." This is from Jim Earl. This is really good stuff here. So many beautiful places in the world. That's another thing that I love about doing this live stream is, you know, people watching, they're going to
learn about all these beautiful places that you need a passport to visit.
That's right. Now, this in particular is fascinating to me. That's a train route. And in the winter, that's all snowed up. So they had to build like a long tunnel thing. So it didn't get all covered up with snow in the tracks. What a great find.
Little secret cave there like the one you found in Australia.
Yeah. Or an escape route. You imagine if the train broke down in there? And then right into the mountain. Look at that. I love trains. So do trains drive on the wrong side of the track in Australia?
They drive on the left, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much for that, Jim Earl. Hey, if you want to send in a video, you can do it here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Please send me a streaming link. Don't send me a big, huge file. A couple people tried to do that last time. If you don't understand what a streaming link is, here's Greg to explain.
You can upload it to YouTube or a similar platform and send a link to the video. Just upload it as unlisted and then Ken can go and find it.
That's right. Hold on. Now, this is a great video and great subject matter. And I hold it close to my heart. This is from Duncan. And I'm going to go ahead and play it while I read his email. He says, "Hey Ken, fairly recently I got around to adding a drone to my kit. I'm a commercial photographer, videographer from the UK, but now based in Taiwan. Like you, I get out to see what's about. Recently I moved to a different area, and whilst checking out local facilities, I came across a little celebration of the local fowl. It made me think of you, so I figured I should grab the first opportunity to share the future drone mecca with you. Thank you for the inspiration and entertainment." So is he sending this to me because I'm foul or because that's a heron? Is that a heron?
I don't know what it is, but you know, you could have asked the question of Jeff, what is that sculpture of?
Yeah. What a great sculpture.
It is good.
That's from Duncan. Big fan of your donuts. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Greg's just watching the show. He's just hanging out watching the show. I tease because I love. I tease because I love. Now, Greg, are you a fan of the fixed wing? Have you flown fixed wing stuff before?
I have. I've flown a Parrot Disco, and that was fun. I enjoyed that. It was good.
Yeah, I think I've flown one of those too, but I want to fly one of those jets. You know those fast jets that you see out at the AMA parks? Oh, I want to do that. I'm going to put a DJI FPV system on one of those. That'd be awesome. This is from Mike. He said, I listen to your show every week. Listen because I drive a truck for a living, and I have YouTube playing in the background. You and your guests always make me laugh. Please keep the show going. I will. I fly fixed wings, video drones, and race drones. And whenever I have free time, I love FPV with planes or drones. It's just such a rush and addiction for me. Here are a couple videos I took with my Mavic 2 Zoom, all taken at the club where I am a member. And this is from Mike. This just looks fun. Let me know in the chat, if you're a fixed wing guy, what is the learning curve on flying something like this? Is it hard to learn how to fly a fixed wing like that, or? I think I could do it. At the end of the day, those ones are going to be, it's just different propulsion and a lot faster, but the same kind of control. Yeah. Look at that. But some of the incredible tricks that people do with that, where they, you know, literally just go and point up and they've got enough thrust to keep them. Yeah. I mean, that's when you start getting complex. Yeah, I mean, they had retractable gear and they have all kinds of flaps and all kinds of... That's great. Thanks for sending that in, Mike. Appreciate it. I'll get out to an AMA field
Last holiday, I went to a park in Korea called the Drone Park in Korea. I'm trying to remember the name of the river, the Hungan River Drone Park. And there were people taking off with those kind of fixed wing things, and it was just noise everywhere and smelt exactly like as if you're at a regular general aviation airport. Oh, yeah? Incredible. Are there jets, little jets out there? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just love the sound of those little itty-bitty jets. Love that. I've never heard one in person. I've never been to hear one. I love the idea of kind of some hybrid kind of drones, which are still quads but doing forward flight and converting. I've just got to find the right one that's, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to. And your co-host John, he does all that fixed wing stuff, doesn't he? Yeah, when I met John and was mates with him when I was much younger, he was doing gliding off the edge of a cliff, and he said, you know, this is what I do for fun. I go and spend lots of money and throw it off the edge of a cliff, and I just saw him gliding these little things around, no power on them at all. And I was totally amazed and awestruck, and it just looked awesome. Well, I'll try one of those one day, hopefully. This next video is from John Dean. He says, I've been a fan and subscriber since before Thursday Night Live. I can't always tune in due to family concerns, but I try to catch the recordings. All of this was shot with a Mavic Air in Colorado. I hope you enjoy it half as much as I do your videos. The train near the end is worth the wait. If you are ever in the area and I can be of service, please let me know. Thank you. I will, John. And here it is. This is the Four Seasons of Colorado. Love the little sound effect, whoosh. Yeah, the whole pullback video has certainly become very popular after
Matthias?
some of that tuition. Yeah.
Yeah. The world is just so pretty. And now that it's autumn.
Well, it's spring here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you have trees that change color and all that in Australia?
Yeah, but not as much, not as dynamic as that.
And look at that, he caught a train. What are those birds that dive bomb your head?
Magpies.
Magpies. When do those things hibernate?
I don't know where they hibernate or when they do, but I had one trying to swoop me in the driveway the other day.
Thank you for that video. Yeah.
And you know what, Ken? Your whole thing about your eyeballs on your drone is absolutely 100% correct, because I remember as a kid, people used to get sunglasses and put them on backwards so that they'd think that there were eyes in the back of their head. The birds will not swoop you when you've got the sunnies on the back.
The idea behind the magpies swooping is that you're getting too close to their nest, or?
Yeah, it's nesting season and they want to protect their young. They don't want you nearby.
Okay, so all you have to do to get rid of the magpies is you don't have to hurt the magpies, just burn down the tree that their nests reside in. Problem solved. You're welcome, Australia. Leave it to American ingenuity. All right. Thank you very much, John Dean, for that. Appreciate it. So I have a couple more videos here, and the viewer video of the week is fantastic. But a few things I have to address, one of which is the fact that thankfully our little buddy, the Spark, around the world has returned to us. This is a case that was donated. This is not a GPC case. It was donated. It's a Nanook case. And so we're going to auction this off at SpinUp. The idea being, if you haven't heard of what we've been doing, is, and I started this almost 2 years ago. This is
signed. It was meant to be for last year's SpinUp.
Yes, it was. But it takes a long time for a drone to go around the world, even if it uses the post, the mail. So the idea was to send this around to different participants, drone flyers around the world, and they would film a little bit where they are and pass it on to the next person. And then I would get it back, put together a video, put it in here, and then auction it off for Make-A-Wish International to help the kids. Well, the last person, I'm not going to mention their name, but they lived in Argentina, and Argentina is a black hole of nothingness. It sucks up drones, apparently, and this lived in customs for about 4 months. We didn't know what happened to it. We didn't think we'd ever see it again, but here it is. Everybody's signature on there. It's been to Greg's neighborhood. It's been to Sweden, Germany, and all these other places, so I have to work on that video. Thankfully, it's back. And now, I will reveal one thing. This leg here, this was glued by Matthias Allring, the backwards flying guy, Sweden. He crashed it, broke the leg, and he glued it back on, and thankfully it works. But he was flying this backwards hard.
Whoops.
So there you go. Little Sparky is back.
Because they drive on the wrong side of the road, is that why?
Do they? What side of the road do they drive on in Sweden?
I have no idea. But I thought maybe that would explain it. Backwards flying, wrong side of the road, crash into something. I don't know.
I thought Australia was the only country that did all that stuff backwards.
Well, our steering wheels are on the right side of the car at least.
So if you want to send in a video, do it here. And just keep in mind that I only check this email about once a week before the show. I do show prep on Wednesdays here in America. So get your video in before that. It doesn't matter if it's edited or it's got wacky music in it. I'll fix it up for the show. If you have something cool you want to share, send it there. Now, for the people who are watching the recorded version of this, I give away Freewell filters every week to the viewer video of the week. But right now, I'm going to give away a set to people who happen to only be able to watch the replay. Because I know they're watching sometimes like, man, I didn't watch live. I can't win anything. Well, here's your chance. So, how do we do this? We'll just have to have people put into the comments of this video, right? That's how I do it usually.
Yes.
And now,
yes.
Here is Greg with what you should put in the comment.
In the comment, how about this? Put in your best Aussie joke.
Okay. All right, there you go. Your best Aussie joke. And oh, not in the chat. I'm talking about when this video is finished. This is for the people who are watching after it's been live. So there you go. So best Aussie joke there in the comments will win Freewell filters from freewellgear.com.
I'll give you an example of what not to put. Just in case.
Yeah.
What kind of music do kangaroos listen to?
Say it again.
What kind of music do kangaroos listen to?
What kind of music do kangaroos listen to? What?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
That's an example of what not to put.
Oh, I see. Alexa, talk in an Australian accent.
Australian English is the set of varieties of the English language native to Australia.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, never mind. All right, I got a few more videos left. This is from Mike Miller. Mike Miller is a brave man to have shot this video. He says, "Hey Ken, here's a project I was working on this summer. I met some real nice guys out in Benicia, California that invited me to come film them kite surf. They attract a lot of people that love to watch the peacefulness of their talent. Enjoy, Mike Miller." There you go, some kite surfing. Greg, would you either kite surf or drone the kite surfing?
You know what intrigues me even more is people combining the two and drone surfing. I've seen that a couple of times.
Yeah, that's true. But for kite surfing, you need a fairly decent amount of wind, so filming it with a drone has got to be a bit tricky, right? Because you can see it's quite windy out there.
It's windy, but there's no white on the top except for behind him, so it's still, still easily flyable, I think.
Okay.
I mean, that's my definition of when I'm going to fly or not fly.
You look for the white caps?
Yeah.
That does look fun. But what happens if you let go of the kite and you're stuck out there with a board? Do you paddle to your kite, or are they attached somehow? Or I think they're attached, right?
I think so. I don't think it's just... I think the bar is the control thing.
Okay. And you've seen those videos on YouTube where the wind is really strong and it lifts dude up out of the water and sends him across, like, up in the sky?
I've seen a few of them, yeah. He was up there a minute ago, just for a brief moment.
Spike says a Skydio drone would film that all good. It would, wouldn't it? I'm looking forward to the footage that Skydio 2 drones will be making.
Here's a question for you, Ken. If you had a Skydio 2 and you had someone that was going and kite surfing, would you put it out on an autonomous mode following them?
No, because as good as it is, it can't see the strings. I bet.
Yeah.
That's just too much of a chance. And then I'd say, well, yeah, I have a Skydio 2. It's in the bottom of that lake or whatever. Thank you for sending that. Mike Miller.
Very good.
Just a couple more here. Okay. Now, Art has a friend, and his friend said, Art Carlson, Artco. I know he's watching. Hey, Art. See it spin up, buddy.
Yeah.
He says, here's a beautiful drone video from Lake Tal in the Philippines by James Tanner. He said you could show it on your live stream. Take care, buddy. Art Carlson. So, Lake Tal was formed by a volcano.
No, hang on. Say that again.
I'm saying it wrong, clearly.
You are saying it wrong.
Yeah. Well, your wife's
Ta'al Lake.
Well, and you know this because
it's close to our house in the Philippines.
Okay. So how do you say it?
Filipino.
Yeah. How do you say it?
Ta'al.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
So Lake Ta'al in the Philippines was formed by a volcano. Enjoy this. I'll say it how I want to say it. Ta'al. Boy, those mountains aren't short. They're really Ta'al. Have you seen this? Have you been there?
Yeah. I actually wanted to fly there. I had planned to fly there one day, and that particular day, Philippines weather is rainy a lot of the time, and it was on that occasion. But just imagine, you've got the whole island that this is on, which has got a lake, which has got a volcano in it, which has got a lake in it, which has got that little island in the middle. It's like the babushka doll of...
Yeah, it's a Russian nesting island.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that is cool.
So just outside what you see there right now is actually a lake.
Yeah.
That's what yeah.
So there's a little ring where the volcano was inside the larger lake.
Yeah.
And how big is that little of an island in there?
I haven't been to that little island. It's on my to-do list next time I go there, but not very big.
Would you live in a house that was built on that?
Absolutely not, because I think, was it 75 years ago was the last time that this volcano was active?
Oh. So it could go again.
Yeah. This is actually at the bottom of a cliffside in a town called Tagaytay. I can never say that one quite right, but looking down over it, very popular. You got a theme park up the top, beautiful view down of that area, really nice. And
wow.
I love it when there's fog over the cliffs over there, over the island, beautiful.
Yeah. When are you going back? You gonna bring your drone?
I'm definitely sometime Q1, Q2, 3 next year. Next year.
Okay, very good. Oh, Mark H. Hey, Mark H. $5 super chat. Ken, your thoughts on the American Security Drone Act? Well, what's that?
Googling.
Yeah, Google. I'll have to get back to you on that.
This is the one that stops federal agencies buying DJI stuff, etc. That thing.
Okay. Well, I think that's their prerogative. You know, they've had their security people check out the stuff, and if they feel it's not good for them, then yeah. I mean, yeah, they got to do what they got to do, right?
At the end of the day, you've got a drone. It's got stuff. It's talking to other things, and it's using infrastructure that's controlled by DJI. If that doesn't change, there's always going to be that risk that someone does something. But American businesses and government, they don't have to connect up to the internet. So what's the problem?
Yeah, and by now, everybody has to have a reasonable expectation of not having much privacy left anyway. Anytime you just go about your day, you're on video, you're being tracked, your phone, this and that. I don't care. I
mean, Tentos is saying in chat there that they haven't had anybody check it out. I mean, I was one of the people that was having a look and pulling apart the software. There were some, I'll say, questionable things in the early versions of the code. I haven't had a look at it recently, but, you know, it's up to the government to decide. If you're going to use this product, press this button so you don't connect to the internet. Happy days.
Yeah, I'm sure they did some sort of risk assessment, and they're just being on the side, you know, erring on the side of caution. So what other options do they have?
Well, if it's not connected to anything, then there's no risk.
I know that makes sense to you, but these bureaucrats who are not that savvy, they don't know.
I wouldn't want to call it, but at the end of the day, I think there's some trade implications of the reasons behind it. That's probably more to the point why they're saying that they
yes,
do
there's
this.
a
Great.
myriad of political reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, last video before the viewer video of the week, and this is just wonderful. It's just wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It's from a guy with a really cool name, and I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Tien Van... How would you say a name that's spelled Z-Y-L? Zil?
Zil.
Zil.
Zil or Zil.
Tien Van Zil. Okay. Says, hey, Ken, love your channel, especially your show. I'm from Namibia, or as you may know it, Narnia. Narnia? Narnia? What? Oh, I'm being told it's Nambia. Sorry about that. Boy, that would have been cool. Narnia. I made this video from a bunch of footage and pictures I took on a trip to a small town near me called U.S. Asakos. Americans are dumb, aren't we?
Did you read these before?
Nope. No, of course I did. I can't pronounce stuff that ain't American. If I ain't American, I can't read it.
You can't pronounce things that have got two vowels in a row either.
Two vowels, umlauts, tildes, all that. Just anyway. Thank you, Tien Van. What is it?
Van Zil.
Zil. Okay. This is from South Africa, and it's pretty cool. Enjoy. See, this is an example of some place that I probably will never visit. And to be able to see it like this, it's just amazing.
I've got an old videotape that I want to get off one day, and I know you've been doing that, Ken, transferring some of your old movies.
Yeah.
But South Africa's a beautiful place to visit. When I was much younger, we did a trip from Johannesburg down to Cape Town. And went through some amazing places, and this is just awesome to look at now.
Yeah, look at that quarry. Wow. Is that granite? That was fantastic. It might as well have been Narnia. It was beautiful. Thank you, Tien. Appreciate it. So you have some old footage?
Those old videos off. Yeah, I must.
Okay. What year is this from?
I can't remember what year, but I can tell you relative to other things, this was 2 weeks before Nelson Mandela was released from prison.
Oh, wow.
So that was when I was young. Me and my sister, my parents, and we went from Johannesburg down to Cape Town. And I still remember to this day, we were one time in a shopping centre, an open mall, and there was this protest coming through, and all of a sudden people were racing off, and my parents were already in a shop, and they barricaded the shop doors, and here's me and my sister in the middle of this open strip mall with thousands of people running down every side, and we just cowered behind some trees looking around, and our parents were locked inside a store looking out, wondering what's going on, but we were okay. But it was freaky time.
It's amazing what kind of imagery will spark memories, isn't it? Like that footage we just saw from South Africa. Yeah.
What's your earliest memory, Ken?
Wow, that's a really good question, and I have a very specific answer.
Me too.
And you won't believe me.
Tell me.
You tell me yours first.
A fish tank.
Really?
In the house that we were at the time, there was this little fish tank on a shelf up above a bar area, and I still remember gazing at that fish tank above the bar.
How old do you think you were?
3 or 4. Really, really young.
Wow.
Earliest.
I have very vivid memories of discovering my toes. I remember I was probably 1 maybe or earlier in a blue baby, what do you call it? I'm not a parent. What do you call that thing where the cages where you keep the kids? Those cages.
The cage.
Yeah, the cage thing where you lock the kids up in. What do you call it? You got the bars on it. What do you call
Crib.
it? Crib. That's right. I was in a blue crib. Probably had lead paint. You know, it was the 60s. And I remember I can still just sit here and think the amazing feeling that it was to discover my toes.
Okay.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's cool.
It's such a seminal moment for me. Anyway, wow, we stepped in the Wayback Machine. So that's that's it for that. But I do have to remind you that this show is only possible because of people like RemotePilot101.com. RemotePilot101.com is the place to learn for your Part 107 test. You go there, you see this guy, Jason Schappert. You can take practice tests. Of course, this is in the United States. And then once you have your FAA Part 107, then you can make money legally with your drone. Jason Schappert will be at Spin Up October 19th. And Greg, you're not going to be there this year, are you? Spin Up?
No.
No, okay. Maybe next year. You and Spike can plane pool on your way over here. It's a complete course for life. You pay one price, and that's it. You don't have to pay again. So when you have to retake your test, which happens every 2 years, they will have updated all of the questions and everything for you. I got a 98 because of RemotePilot101.com. It's all video-based. And again, you can take practice quizzes at the end of each section. If you have any questions, you can contact them, and they will contact you. Use Heron18 for a 30% discount, and then you'll be good to, as they say, go. RemotePilot101.com. Love you, mean it. All right. And that brings us
Did
to...
you know you don't have to renew your drone license in Australia? Once you've got it, you've got it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you have to renew your driver's license?
Yes.
And that's because people tend to forget.
They want you to pay money.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay. It's not because you have to refresh your skills or anything?
There's no testing. They just take your money.
Freaking government. Anyway, you know, that's one good reason to live in Australia. But then I think about all of the critters down there that can kill you, and I think, nah, I'll just visit. So now that brings us to the viewer video of the week, and the viewer video of the week will receive Freewell filters, ND filters from freewellgear.com. We thank them very much. And so the winner this week is... Carlos Pestana. Sure, I'm saying that incorrectly, but it's Carlos Pestana, and you won, brother. He says, hey, Ken, I sent a video. I made 3,500 meters over the sea in the mountains of Peru in Jauja. So you can show it on your show. Why did this? Jauja. Georgia. Like Georgia, but Georgia. You can show it on your show. Best regards, Carlos Pestana. It is the viewer video of the week. Let's go to Peru. You ever been to Peru, Greg?
No, I have not been to Peru.
Why not?
The same reason you haven't been to Australia.
Oh, they have deadly bugs there?
Possibly.
For scale, look at the people down there.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautifully done. I'm a big fan of erosion. I'm an erosion fan.
Well, it's good for video content anyway.
Absolutely. The world would be boring without erosion. Look at that.
Yep, very flat.
Would you stand up there with no railing? I don't know. One slip of the foot and you go rolling? See ya! I don't know if I would.
I would go to the parts that they're on there, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can see the well-worn places where people are going.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Too bad the light's so flat, you know, on a cloudy day. Still beautiful, though. Here comes the best part.
Have you been to Peru, Ken?
Twice. Check this out. You can see the water down there that carved all of that gorgeousness. Just fantastic. Oh,
thank you, Matthias.
Yeah, no kidding.
You see his fingerprints on so many videos now.
Mm-hmm. His influence is felt worldwide. Wonderful. Such pretty stuff.
That's an awesome video.
Thank
was that
you,
his original music or is that a Ken edition?
That was the music that came with the video. Thank you, Carlos.
Very nice. Very nicely.
Yeah, a lot. You know, people don't realize that most of the videos you see on here, say 98%, I have edited in some way. So it's not just me just coming in here and just clicking. I mean, the news and all. I'm editing for time and for music and context, and so it's what I'm saying is it's a little bit more difficult to put this thing on than most people realize. But if you're new to the stream, if you've enjoyed it, then please tell your friends about it. And oh, sorry, I love your username, Code Brown Production. Code Brown. Ken, remember me from last week. Hope all is well. Still love your videos. Thank you for the shout out. Hope to get big enough to be in the YouTube big leagues like you one day. I'm chuckling because Code Brown. I mean, maybe his name is Brown. I don't know, but that's just hilarious. Code Brown, if you know what that means. You know what that means, Greg? You don't? If
it's something really bad because you might be something yourself about something.
Yeah, let's say you have a burrito, and the burrito is made with bad meat, and you can't get to the restroom quick enough. You might have a Code Brown on your way there.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Oh, thank you everybody involved in making this show possible. All of our sponsors, Pigeon Jerky, GPC Cases, RemotePilot101.com, Freewell Filters, and of course Loom Cube. Thank you, Jeff Sills, for the news. Thanks for all the super chats. You can continue to super chat long after the show is over. You can do that. Greg, thank you so much for co-hosting. And a link to his channel is in the description. I'll be back next Thursday. Until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.
And bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Press the button. I did. Button is pushed. Okay, what's going on there, Greg? Greg is
Someone-
hold on. Can they hear us? Hold on. Good lord, this thing. See, I changed a couple. Changed a couple things. All right, are we back? All right, tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Because I changed something that I
said that there was no audio.
Yeah, I changed something for the end that people have been asking me to do forever, and I did it. But no, of course, Wirecast wouldn't allow me to just do that because I have to jump through a bunch of. Hold on. Because I have to jump through a bunch of f***ing hoops every f***ing time I do this f***ing stupid f***ing program. Thanks, Wirecast. Hey, it was good up until then. So, just in case Wirecast is watching.
Can we just get people to say in the chat, was the audio for the play out song working, yes or no?
I'm guessing not.
I heard a couple of people say no. So I just want to get that confirmed.
All right, Greg, how do we fix it?
Okay, how do we fix it?
Yeah, let's do it live.
Edit the shot. We go and edit the shot where the audio was.
Yeah, here. Do that when I click on that. When I click on that, then our audio goes away. So I have to click on the shot.
You have to click on the shot where
Stand
the
by.
video, where that.
Okay, should be good now. And you know what else we forgot?
What did we forget?
We forgot to step into the Raz chamber. Goodness, everything's falling apart.
Something has been missing today.
Yes. Let's go ahead and hopefully the Raz is working. Because we can't have a show without the Raz. Goodness me, no. And while we're here in the Raz chamber, I forget all about how much I hate Wirecast. All of those horrible feelings have just evaporated, being replaced with the purple and blue goo. However, I know that as soon as the Raz is done enveloping me with love, that the hate will re-emerge. I hate you, Wirecast, with all of my being, but I love the Raz. You, Wirecast. Greg loves talking right over me, but that's all right. We have a lag. So, Greg, tell us all about your stream.
Tomorrow, the same time as your stream, 7 East Central Time, USA, or over for me, it's 11 a.m. Sydney time tomorrow. See you there.
Fan-freaking-tastic. You know what we need to do?
What do we need to do?
Double Raz. Because
you are annoyed about Wirecast.
Yes, because it was an otherwise unblemished program until the very end, when the most innocuous thing possible, just making a new shot in Wirecast, seems to be bleeping possible without some sort of horrible ramification. But I'm not thinking about that now, because we're in the Raz. We're double dipping, as it were. Oh goodness! Someone seems to have left their.
It's in my toes.
Someone seemed to have left their bathing shorts in here. Are those yours?
Not mine.
We'll just let them float in here. Someone will retrieve them.
My shorts are on. Where did you leave your shorts?
I will put it in the Raz Lost and Found. All right. What a weird way to end the show. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Fingers crossed we got it right. One more time. You, Wirecast.
And bye.
jerky, the killer can process meat. Enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them go. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky.
A killer can process meat. Yeah. That was so funny.